Hey fellow Aquas, how y'all doing? Welcome. It is so good to be back here with you guys. We're going to be doing your first half of September general reading here. Let's get right into the meditation. So, Lord, I saw this image of the Aquarian collective sitting on a beach. I heard the song Wouldn't It Be Nice by the Beach Boys. And then I saw sort of like a futuristic, it was very Black Mirror. There's a show called Black Mirror on Netflix. It's from the UK. And there was this image of like this futuristic screen coming in front of the Aquarian collective, sort of Seven of Cups style, which is having a lot of options. And I saw the Aquarian collective going, swiping left for some options and then selecting other options going, yep, I'm going to take that cup. I'm going to follow that, right? Really making a choice here that feels very based in pleasure and possibility as opposed to obligation or fear or whatever have you. Then I saw an image of this very specific episode of Black Mirror called Hang the DJ, which I saw you guys, it doesn't matter if you haven't seen it, but if you haven't seen it, highly recommend. The whole point of that episode is about we are our choices and also breaking free of the programming. That was what I heard for the Aquarian Collective, breaking free of the programming, okay? I saw you guys really taking what you want to roll with and running right off the edge of, it's a beautiful thing, running right off the edge of your own cliff. But instead of falling downwards, you upgraded yourself. By breaking free of the programming, you ran and jumped off a cliff and then ended up going upwards. And then I saw you guys, and it's just like, of course I saw this for Aquarius. I saw y'all sitting on a planet in outer space. We're known as the aliens of the zodiac, right? And we're like, yeah, thank you. That's the highest compliment you could give me. Thank you. Sitting on this planet and surrounded by so many like-minded people and friends and soul groups. It feels like you are entering into a brand new time of relationships. I'm hearing the word happenstance, a lot of happy happenstance moments, right? It feels extraterrestrial and wonderful and just highly, what's the word, magnetic? Let's see what's going on. Oh, well, you don't say. Octopus, let's talk. So first of all, I'm really obsessed with this because doesn't this look like an alien, like the octopus here with like the eyes of the alien in terms of like, what society portrays them as anyway. Like I love the alien vibe we're getting here and I'm really living for it. So what I'm also living for is, remember when I saw the Aquarius Collective have that Seven of Cups feeling, and then we have the octopus with all of these, what are these? Not tendrils, are they? Well, whatever. like all of these options and really expanding your feelers out in a lot of different directions before making your choice, right? Now, I'm also drawn to the fact that this octopus here, this top of the head here, it does feel like an activation of the crown chakra, which connects you upward. And remember, I saw y'all running off a cliff, but instead of falling down, right, you were elevated up. And it really feels like an upgrade, an expansion, a few steps up the staircase or a few rungs up the ladder. It feels like moving upwards. Very distinct feeling around that. But what's really cool about this too is that the octopus is known for it is associated with clairvoyance and clear seeing, which means when you make your choice, when you move ahead on your given path or new passion or whatever have you, it is going to be divinely guided. Oh, I love it so much. Also, so your intuition is informing you highly right now as well because you have the water here as well. Also, fun fact, the octopus is associated with the Nine of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment key. So, not a bad way to start. Let's see what's going on for Aquarius. I am living for it. The octopus is also this energy If it lives in the depths of the ocean where it is very dark, right? And yet it sees very, very clearly. But it sees with its senses, with its tactile feeling, with what it perceives, right? And in a way too, the octopus is very much like an empath, right? He's a keen feeler. Feels others' emotions as their own even. It feels really, really good, but it feels like you're in a place of high clairvoyance and perception. I feel like the goggles are off. You're seeing things very, very clearly. But it doesn't feel like okay, y'all, I can't. I really missed you. You just got the 7 of Cups. What did I see in that opening meditation? I saw this in your opening meditation, but it was all like it was like a holograph, right? It was like, and you like chose. So this is having a lot of optionality, considering your options, but really being aware of all of your options as well. I can't with this. You know, I'm really drawn to this laurel wreath here. So fun fact about the laurel wreath. This stems from the Greek myth of Apollo. And the reason that the laurel is used to denote like a laureate, someone who is being acknowledged for work, you know, very well done, has to do with this myth of Apollo. And he was, you know, chasing one of those fair maidens who was a naiad, and she called out to Gaia to help her so that Apollo wouldn't catch her, you know. And Gaia turned her into a beautiful laurel tree. And so that's why the laurel is sacred to Apollo. But I'm really drawn to this, I feel like, because I feel like there's a message in that with the laureate, and also making a choice. Because see how the crow is kind of looking in that direction? Making a choice in a way that you feel really good about it. You feel like, yes, this is my path. This is where I'm going. This is my person. This is my juge, right? And look how it's up as well. Remember how I said you fall off the cliff and you go upwards? There's something about this laurel wreath here. I feel like the path that you're going down as well, you're going to be very much, what is that word? Acknowledged, but maybe even in a public way, like 6 of Wands style. Public acknowledgement, or at least acknowledgement within your particular circle of a job well done or a way that you're going. It's like people are looking at you going, whoa, you know, I'll have what they're having. Stop. 6 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Oh, this is making sense. Okay. Whew, let's talk. So we have the 5 of Pentacles here. Now, traditionally, this is feeling separate from what we want, right? Feeling outside of things. I got to tell you something though. Do you see the upgrade here? Do you see the 3 sitting in the tree, and then you have the 2 down here outside of it? Remember, you fell up the cliff, fell like off and up the cliff. There is something here. Remember when I said that I saw you in outer space, surrounded by like-minded souls, like-minded, you know, people, and feeling, and just feeling like you're amongst your tribe where you're meant to be? Not everybody and everything and every aspect of your given circumstances is going to roll over into this new reality. And that's just what it is. You're being asked to leave behind and let go of anyone or anything that is no longer a vibrational match to all of this realness. 9 of Cups, clairvoyant realness. Right? And remember when I said it feels like you are really seeing things and feeling things quite clearly? I feel like you're going to be around some people that maybe you've even known for a long time. And whatever context this is, and you're going, oh my God, I don't feel the same way anymore. I feel like they're of a different vibration, which is not saying like they're better or worse or whatever have you, but it's just going, we are no longer vibrating on the same frequency. I don't feel the same in their presence as I used to. And I don't know if it's them or me that's changed, but something's different. And I'm going to just thank you. Thank you, like Marie Kondo says, thank you, and, you know, releasing it with love, whatever that is. It really feels like things are changing in your given circumstances, and you are so tuned into where you're going that you're leveling up, and it's new. New people, new things, new opportunities, new places, new structure, right? Breaking free of your programming and going, I don't know necessarily, well, a lot of you may know, but I may not know exactly what it's going to look like on the other side of this cliff, but I do know that I must do it, and that I trust that whatever's there is going to be of me, and thus it will be wonderful, whatever it looks like, right? Because I am my choices, right? So it's really interesting. You have the Four of Cups here. Now, I feel like a lot of the vibe here with this key, because traditionally this is feeling a certain sense of dissatisfaction with what you're being offered, or a certain sense of like, boredom, or next, you know. Remember when I said I saw you guys swiping left on some things and then choosing other aspects, right? Do you notice how this is up above and these are down below as well? I do feel like some of you guys are going to be called upon to be patient around this transition, change, or what you're working towards. Okay? I do feel like for some of you guys, there are some loose ends that need to be tied up, or some, here's the thing. Let's just real talk. As Aquarians, right? We can get very excited about what's coming next, and then once we discern what is no longer, and this is kind of why we have a bad, well, in some circles, we do have a sort of reputation for doing the Irish goodbye. The Irish goodbye is kind of piecing out without saying much. Okay, no shade. Hey, I'm an Aquarius too, okay. And this is what it is. And it's we have this sort of reputation because we get so excited and focused on what's coming because, 11:11 on the timer. Love it. We can see and get so excited about what's next and what's coming because we envision it so clearly within our mind's eye. We can smell it, we can taste it, we can feel it, that we're going in that direction, that what is staying in the past, those who aren't coming with us or things that we have outgrown or whatever that is, it's like we're like, okay, well, I in my own mind and heart and soul know that we're no longer a vibrational match, whether it's where you live, who you hang out with, whatever this is, right? That we go, oh, okay, well, bye. But it's like real quick and it's in our mind and then we just float off and we just like, oh, are they calling again? Don't worry, they'll get the message that we've moved on. And that's not for every single one of Aquarians, obviously, but there is this aspect here of taking the time to acknowledge where and who you've been and the lessons that you've learned from where and who, you know, you've been around as well before launching off into this new direction, because you only get one chance to say a proper goodbye and release it with love. There is a note here around that, because I do feel like it also dictates in terms of like how you feel when you get to where you're going. You don't want to get to where you're going and it's wonderful, but also going, oh man, I wish that I had that conversation. I wish that I had said the hard thing before, you know, moving on. I wish that I had, you know, taken some time to appreciate where I used to live before running out the door and moving somewhere else. There is this message here about taking the time to acknowledge and appreciate where you've been before venturing on into your next chapter, okay? All right. Let's get some clarifiers. Clarifier for the Seven of Cups. I love it. Whew. Here's the thing too. I feel like a good group of you guys are being may feel pulled in more than one direction as well. Might have a lot going on in a lot of different spheres as well. But you can focus this energy. I keep getting drawn to your clairvoyance and your third eye as well. It feels like calling particular attention to that. It is extra important to meditate, automatic write, journal. There's something about keeping the vision clear. Okay. Wow, so we have the Tower here with the Seven of Cups. Now, this is beautiful. Why is this beautiful? Because once you make this decision, this is a big change happening within your life. But I love that it's coming on the heels of the choice that you make. This is a big one, right? Remember, the major arcanas denote destined events, right? This is not a fly-by-night where if you see something you don't like, you can change it. This is major, after which very little will be the same. And it's all coming down to the choice that you make and the road that you choose to follow, right? I love it though, right? Also, the Tower is Scorpio energy, right? And Scorpio, that death key, going back to that, is something ending and something new beginning. It's like you have a platter of optionality right now and you're being asked to just make a decision and go with it, while at the same time realizing that not everybody can join you on this ride, and doing it in a way that it's aligned with your integrity, and also showing reverence and respect and gratitude for where you've been as well, which also ties back to karma as well, right? it's about showing the same level of respect and giving the same amount of time to the endings as you do to the beginnings. Endings and beginnings, that's what's going on. But I do feel like it's a very happy beginning. You have the Nine of Cups here with the octopus, and it feels that way. Yeah. Not surprised at all. Okay. So we have Temperance here. Actually, I feel like these want to come out together. Okay. Here we are. Look at this. So we have the Temperance key here, Sagittarius energy, with the Knight of Wands. This is really, really interesting. And I have to say, it feels like a lot of the same cards are coming up in these readings. There's this overall collective theme here that is really, really lovely that I'm tapping into. Temperance. So this is about balance. This is about self-care. This is about flow, right? There is this aspect here because the flamingo represents performers, public speakers, people in the spotlight, right? People in that line of work, right, that are in the public eye, or performers or singers or actors or whatever have you, their body is their instrument, right? So they have to treat their body as the instrument it is and fine tune it and take care of it and take steps to ensure that it's working on all cylinders, right? So there's an aspect here to that. But what I'm really drawn to here with this flamingo realness is that it's standing on the one leg, right? You see where I'm going with this? We're talking about the endings and beginnings, right? And it's like you've got one foot here grounding you to your current situation in your past, and then one foot going and on to the next. But it's about taking this moment here, right? And just going, okay, let me check in with myself. Let me check in with my given surroundings. Let me just tie up some loose ends where I need to tie them up before venturing forward into the next bit, right? I feel like this flamingo has stopped here for a lovely water break on the journey. And again, I'm really drawn back to this water over and over and over. It's almost as if there is this fountain of intuitive information that is available to you right now, and you're being asked to really let it work with and for you, especially when the octopus comes up, right? Let's talk about this briefly. When you allow your intuition to move and inform you, you get to avoid a lot of the doubts, right? A lot of the, I don't know, I'm gonna, you know, like shift my feet and go back and forth and go, is that really the right thing? As Aquarians, we can really think our way out of, you know, really good stuff, think our way out of a good time, think our way out of a really good thing, right? You're being asked to feel right now. There's, no swords here at all, right? You're being asked to really feel your way through, but at the same time, it's like your feeling receptors are operating on all 10, which is really beautiful. You have the Knight of Wands here, which is fast forward movement that is based in passion, right? Now I'm really drawn to this landmarker here. These are used to denote where land begins and where it ends, like setting up boundary lines on property. And I really love how this ostrich has its head down here, and it's not burying its head in the sand, right? That's not actually true. I got a bad rap around that, but ostriches don't actually bury their head in their sand. They actually lower their head so that predators from far off only see this part of them, and it looks like a big feathery rock, and the predator's like, wait, what's going on? Is that a rock or is that dinner? I don't know. I'm going to move it along. Right? So this ostrich is very adaptable, but I'm really drawn to the fact that that both of these are standing still, right? And the fact that it's paired with the Five of Pentacles, which is about, releasing those aspects of yourself and those around you in your given circumstances before venturing on to the next thing in your new path ahead, right? There is something about taking a moment to be where you are while staying at that excitement about what's coming, because you can see it and feel it very clearly, right? But you are being called to just make sure also that you have everything in your travel pack, metaphorically, right? That you need to get where you're going, right? So it's a beautiful time to check in with your sense of balance and really take stock of, what has worked for you before? Think about other times that you were on the precipice of change, right? What do you wish you had done differently? What do you wish you had known then? Right? Or that saying of like, if I knew then what I know now. I'm hearing that. If I knew then what I know now. You're being asked to really just take a brief look back and go, okay, I'm on the precipice of this new adventure, person, situation, job, whatever this, version or aspect of yourself, because you are being upgraded, that is for sure. and going, okay, I'm going to look back on these other moments in time when I was, at a similar moment of change with the tower here, and going, okay, well, what did I end up wishing I had done differently or known before, and apply that wisdom and knowledge to right now before you set out on this road. And I'm so obsessed that you have the Ace of Swords. I'm not surprised at all about this. Ace of Swords. This is that sword of truth, absolute knowledge. This is being very clear about it, right? But I'm also really obsessed that, this is the only sword that we've gotten in this reading. It is the ace. It is the penultimate energy. It is this accumulation of every insight and aspect of perspective that you have garnered over the course of your life. Every piece of good advice you've ever gotten, right? Every moment of truth. That is the Ace of Swords. But I'm obsessed that it's depicted here with this panda chewing on the bamboo, right? So what are we getting with this moment in time to sit and take our stock and be where we are, right? But again, I remember what we're talking about releasing with love things from the past, or that which we know we're moving on from or feeling called to move on from, right? And then we have the sword here, which is also like a loving cutting out of what is not going to come with us on this new ride, right? That is the overall feeling here, y'all. It's like, let's talk about the flip side of wish fulfillment. I feel called to talk about this. The flip side of wish fulfillment, because it's 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, right? And also our key, the star key, is about wish fulfillment as well. What they never talk about with wish fulfillment is that it's wonderful to get exactly what you want, but it can also be very difficult to get exactly what you want, because getting what you want requires what? Change, right? That's why a lot of the times, you'll hear people go, oh my God, I really, really want, okay, let's do an example. There could be someone in your friend group who's like, oh my God, all they ever talk about is getting a man or, girlfriend or whatever have you. Oh my God, I'm so lonely. I want someone. And then they find someone and they immediately go about going, oh man, my time isn't my own anymore. I got to go over here and go to their mom's house every Sunday. And oh my God. And then they leave their socks on the floor, and how quickly that turns. But there's something in that with going even, wish fulfillment requires a sacrifice. Just saw 22:22 on the timer. So there's something about that, right? Understanding that even getting what you want is going to require something of you in return. Think about that. And maybe that's the medicine that allows you to be where you are in this process as well, as opposed to jetting forward onto the next thing, what you're going after, right? Or wishing yourself somewhere different, or with someone different, or with someone, period, right? It's about going, either way I go, there's going to be change, even though I'm going towards what I want and I see it and I feel it clearly, right? So it's really about embodying the practice of, releasing with love what is no longer, working for you, and keeping that karma nice and clean, right? No regrets. And then moving ahead onto the next, knowing full well that it is going to require sacrifice and change of you, right? And that there's a beauty in that, because that is part of the human experience, right? And I do feel like a larger message here as well is melding together the spiritual and the human experience. There's something about that. Also with the temperance here as well, spiritual and human experience. Let's get an oracle. Shall we, from my aquas here. I mean, it's definitely a pivotal time. I don't know if you noticed from this reading. It's definitely a pivotal time. But it feels really... What can I say? It feels bittersweet, but in a really beautiful way. It's like that bittersweet of saying goodbye to someone that you really care about, and you're getting on the train towards, something or someone else that you also care about, right? Like saying goodbye to family and moving to be with someone else in another place. Like that kind of vibe, right? So, so we have rain, purification, is exactly what I was talking about, right? With again, with the water and the feelings about, releasing what is of the past, releasing what is no longer a match to you, right? And going forward, keeping that karma and energy clean. Then you have summer solstice, radiance, I'm so obsessed with this. You know, the fact that we're also going into the fall season as well, and you have summer solstice radiance here, I feel like there's something to that. Because remember when I said that I saw you in outer space? I keep laughing about that. It's like, of course, it makes all the sense in the world, right? I do feel like you are a source of comfort and warmth, but mostly inspiration to those around you. Because remember when I said that I was feeling the Six of Wands with the recognition, either, you know, like actual public recognition or being recognized or seen by those in your atmosphere, right, as a source of example or comfort, warmth, right? I feel like there's something to that, where you're at a point right now where there are a lot of people looking to you for guidance, support, and as an example. A lot of people wanting your time, attention, your counsel, just wanting to, you know, chat on the phone aimlessly. I do feel that in the energy here, because also with the octopus as well. Again, it's that Nine of Cups, but it's all of these tentacles, right? I think that's the word I was looking for earlier. Tentacles, hello. You know, kind of feeling like you're doing a lot, multitasking, right? And doing a lot of things and going, okay, this and this and this and this. But it's a beautiful, 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 you know, wanted, happy, productive, feeling appreciated energy here, right? This is really beautiful, Aquarius, and you are in a place of, you know, radiance and warmth and vibrancy and all of the good things, right? It's really, really beautiful. I also want to point something out. Remember how I mentioned Apollo with the laurel wreath? Apollo is the sun god. Or is that Helios? Well, I know Apollo is associated with the sun anyway, even if Helios, either way, is associated with the sun, and then we have the summer solstice here as well. So, love a good synchronicity. My beautiful fellow Aquas, this was your first half of September general read. I so hope this helped and resonated. If so, please let me know in the comments below. I'm back. I really want to know what's going on with y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all been getting on? And just thank you so much for being here. I have a really exciting announcement coming your way very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And with that being said, just thank you so much for being here. And as always, thank you for being you, and be well. Until next time.